Hi, my name is Jonathan Riley and I'm a compulsive gambler. My last bet was the 25th of March 2017. It's been a long time, not long, it's been a while since I've done a video um, on gambling and stuff and my life and whatever. The last time I did one was when I was 2 years clean on the day. And I've just had a lot going on recently that I've just not had time to really think about doing one and have any idea what I want to talk about. And it's only recently I've come across some things on Twitter and something I watched on TV the other night. It's just made me think I want to talk about some subjects again. I might repeat myself from previous videos. I haven't gone back and checked over my videos to make sure I'm not going over the same topics. But like I said, I've also had a lot of changes in my personal life recently, and it's just a simple case of like I feel like I'm in a really good place at the minute, where I can really talk about what I want to talk about and probably make a bit more sense than I have in the past. Like my previous videos, I've been having lots of stuff going on, and I might have come across a bit of a what's the right word? A bit of a sad case, a bit moany, a bit repetitive, a bit like I was preaching a little bit down the dumps. I don't know. It's just I haven't looked back. It's just how I feel personally. I feel so much better right this minute than I did 2 or 3 months ago, and then going back when I first started doing these videos. So this is like my first proper video, I think, of me being in a really, really good place, a better place. You know, everything all considered. Because I'll talk about that in the second part of this video. The first part of the video, I want to talk about rock bottom. Like when you've got to that point of hopelessness and feel like there's no end to your gambling addiction. You just feel like it's nothing else is relevant. But gambling is all consuming, completely gripping you, completely holding you mentally, physically, emotionally. Everything is just revolving around the gambling. And that rock bottom, that idea of rock bottom, is when that point when you know something in your head, you know, I'm fucked here. I'm financially balls. I'm not right emotionally. I'm not right with my friends, my family, my partner, my work colleagues. I'm gone. I'm not talking suicide, etc. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just talking about how worthless you feel and how shit you feel. And I'm on about that point when that comes. It's obviously how you deal with that and if you can move on and how you move on. Since I started opening up about my gambling addiction and talking about it, I've had people coming to me in the street, in pubs and stuff, people texting me, people on Twitter messaging me and stuff. And the running theme is well, firstly, it's people asking me questions like, how did I do this? What did I do here? What did it feel like when this happens? Who do you talk to? Da, da, da. And I think back to when I was at my rock bottom, I never spoke to anybody. I've said before, I started facing my problem and admitting my problem once I was caught. I don't know if I'd ever come clean or how I'd have come clean and how much worse it would have got financially wise, health wise, everything. So I don't know. But I think back to, I never wanted help. I never wanted to talk to anybody about it. And if having these people coming up to me now, it's something I didn't do myself. So it's something that's a bit of a shock to me, and something that, like I say, I can't fully relate to because I never did it myself. I just waited until it popped as such and then came clean and let it all out. So that rock bottom feeling. Now, I've got two instances where I felt it. One, I've never talked openly about it. I've only ever spoke to, when I had my counselling, it was him. I let on my one moment of rock bottom, worthlessness, helplessness. But another one I will talk about was that day I had to admit it. It was just because I couldn't hide it anymore. I was caught out, and once that conversation started going, and I had to just come clean and tell everybody. Now I've said this before. I know this. I remember once I did let it out of the bag as such, I wanted to tell the world. I wanted to, anyone I came across, I wanted to explain that I've got this problem now, but I'm dealing with it, and I'm gonna get the help. Now, getting the help thing. I mean, the obvious thing is, counselling, Gamblers Anonymous, helplines, the internet, obviously. But the first and best thing to do when you want to get the help and you feel like you're at rock bottom is just talk to somebody. Now, that probably ties in with what I've just said about people I've spoke to talking to me. That could be the first step. The first step is just anybody. You don't even have to know them. Like say, I've had people talk to me on Twitter and stuff that I don't actually know personally. They've come to me off their own accord, and I like to think that's helped them in their fight and their recovery if they already are in recovery. But I can't stress it enough how opening up to somebody is the best thing you can do. Once I did that, I found it easy to go and get the help, and the first thing I did was ring up and organise some counselling sessions, and that was the best thing I ever did. And those counselling sessions helped me not only to refrain from gambling and keep my focus on not gambling, but it also helped me to explore my mind and what the hell was going on and why I was feeling like I was feeling. And over the time, my life changed dramatically, and I can only say that it was the best thing I did. And then once you've spoke to somebody, then you can then decide which path you want to take. You might want to go down the counselling route. You might want to go to Gamblers Anonymous. And now I'm 2 years into my recovery now. I've never gone to Gamblers Anonymous. I use my counselling as like my one-to-one session, my chance to get stuff off my chest and stuff. I presume that's similar to what Gamblers Anonymous is, where you sit amongst a group fairly can't think of the word. I guess anonymous, was it? But yeah, fairly. It's off your own back. It's just talk and open up to people you don't know and stuff. People might want to. I mean, my counsellor saying, "Do you want to stop gambling for good?" Because he was saying that he's had people that just want to calm down as such, just knock it on the head a bit rather than completely give it up and abstain from it. I don't know what route you may want to take once you've, and I don't know. Obviously, I don't know what sort of. It won't matter what sort of what's the word again? What sort of trouble you're in financially and stuff. The money isn't really the issue. It's just wanting to kick the habit, wanting to not do this thing that's making you feel so shit and affecting everything around you. Because you might not see it at the time, but once you've stopped and taken yourself out of that, and like I say, I can look back now and just see the sort of person I was while I was gambling. While obviously at the time you feel like everything else is going on, life's going by as such, but you're missing all the important stuff, you know. That's why I can look back now and say that. So that's one thing. Again, something I'd encourage to, if you want to get your life back, you know, if you want to live life how it should have been lived and be the person you should have been, you've got to stop, and you know yourself you've got to stop. That's what I'm saying. And once you do open up, once you do seek help, I'm telling you now, you will stop. You will stop, because, like I just said, you will see how the better everything just improves around you. So obviously, that once you've opened up, you know, you enter, you know, what you call recovery, which is staying clean from gambling, or you might not want to stay clean. You might want to stay clean. You might just want to, you know, control it. So I didn't want to be a control gambler. I didn't want to be a responsible gambler. So I wanted to stop because it was ruining everything. So once you enter your recovery, you've got to keep your barriers there. Start from gambling. And I learned this through my counselling and through other people's videos and blogs and stuff I've read, and I learned about these barriers and stuff. You know, it could be simple things like there's a bank called Monzo, which I don't use myself, but I've heard about it in other people's videos. It's a bank that, obviously, you know, it's like a normal high street bank, but it's an online bank. They will not allow any transactions to go through your bank on a gambling website, which I think is a great idea. And it's probably something I'd have done if I knew about it 2 years ago. I probably would have closed my Lloyd's account and gone straight with this thing. It's a barrier. If you ever do feel like it, you physically won't be able to. One thing I did do, not straight away, I have done, when did I do it? At some point last year, a site called GamStop, and that's where you enter your email address, and that will, once you sign up to that, you can't then use that email address to join gambling sites. And obviously, to join gambling sites, you will need a valid email address. Now, obviously, the flip side of that is, if you really want to be, what's the word? If you want to, can't think of the flipping word. If you want to, like, go against what you're trying to do, you could you know, obviously create a different email address, couldn't you? You know, you could go onto Hotmail and create a separate email address and use that. I understand that, but like I say, it's just why do it? You know, it proves you don't want to start. Prove the problem's still there if you're doing that. So yeah, that's one thing I did do on GamStop. There's actual apps you can download on your phone, but some of them, they're not free, sort of thing. I don't know what they're all called. There's loads of them on, like, the Apple Store or the Google account, Play Store. Same sort of thing. Just blocks your phone from joining these websites. That's one thing you can do. One thing I did do originally was relinquish all my bank account controls. It's literally give all my details up and to my wife, and let that all be controlled as a way of doing it. Like I said, there's plenty of ways of getting barriers in there to stop yourself from gambling. But one thing, and again, I won't go into it, but something I spoke about in other videos, is low points in your life. You know, when you're feeling low or down or angry, that's where gambling can stem from, addictions can stem from. So recognising these times where you feel shit, if you can, just talk yourself out of it as such. Just stop yourself from doing it. just think, look, I know, sort of like say to yourself, look, I know you feel shit. I know this hasn't gone your way. I know this has happened, etc., etc. But don't gamble. Simple as that. Don't do it. And this is what I just want to touch on before I finish this video, about what I said right at the start about the journey I've been on in my recovery. Since I started doing the videos, because I was just having a bit of a tough time mentally. I was on on medication and stuff, and needed help with getting by and making sure. Started doing these videos to make sure I didn't gamble, and basically, it's a lot of my down feelings, my feelings of depression, my low mood, my low motivation, self-esteem, all that sort of stuff. It's come from just not being happy where I work, and I did the biggest. I made a massive decision a couple of months ago to just quit. I'd had enough, so I handed my notice in 4 weeks, and then obviously I did the 4 weeks notice, and I left, and I've been out of work for three, 4 weeks. I found another job. I've started another job, and everything. I feel so much better for it. It's just about. I don't want to go into all that, into my sort of thing. I'm on about. That's what you. If there's something that's really getting you down, really affecting you, just don't do it. Just stop it. Stop. Why do something to yourself that's not making you happy? Why not do something that's not good for you? I was doing a job that, okay, I was getting paid all right, but I didn't enjoy it. That feeling in the morning, not wanting to go to work. Everyone has that every now and again. You wake up and I can't be arsed with this. But I physically couldn't be bothered. I did not want to go. And once it got to that point, that's when I just knew I've got to change something, and I did, and I feel so much better for it. I feel like I'm in a so much better place for making that change. And this is it. Because I was feeling like I've been feeling, I was worried that if I let it go on and on and on, I could end up going down another route again, and possibly gambling again. So I put a stop to it, and that's what I would encourage. If there's something it could be anything. I'm not. I don't want to preach. I don't want to delve into people's lives and stuff. But if you can take something from what I'm saying, if you know something in your life that's probably bothering you, upsetting you, or stopping you from being the person you can be, if you can change it, change it. Change. Stop doing it. Don't do it. Put a stop to it, or improve it. Do you know what I mean? That's the best advice I can give on dealing with your emotions and your moods and your urges and all that sort of thing. If there's something that you can change, then change it. And I'm glad I did, and I'm glad that everything I've had to change and do over these last 2 years since I'd given up gambling, all these things all combined have started to make me feel like myself again. And so that's pretty much what I want to say in this video. Help is out there. When you feel so low, the only way is up as such. Of course it is. It's really, it's a proper cliche line, but it is. It's so true. Help is out there. Talk and make changes if you can change it. Do something about the situation you're in, if you can. And gambling addiction is beatable. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.